How did you move from seeking validation to managing lifestyle?
I was able to accept my insecurities. I didn't like a lot of things about myself, about my body, about so many things. So I'm just going to accept everything. And that was just a turning point for me to become so much more. My purpose in life is to help people. All the times that I've tried to be the boss, I've realized that I don't function in my full capacity than when I'm assisting something or assisting someone. Lifestyle is simply a way of life.
For you,
I don't think lifestyle. I'm not thinking of strategies. By default, everything I do is lifestyle because basically I'm just showing you who I am. I'm just enjoying my trip and letting you into my world. So it makes it easy for me. I'm not trying to impress anybody. For talent management, it comes from the impact part. Talent management for me is very different. It's a passion. It's not about the money. I'm interested in growing talents from 0 to 100. At my event, people were getting married. We're finding partners. And they will call me, where should I be? I'll go. I was like, this same party.
You've done so many things. You're a matchmaker too.
Yeah. I had a lot of friends in the banking space. I had a lot of friends in different spaces that were not really the forefront of social media. So I wanted to just be that bridge where everyone can come together, interact, have fun. And people started looking forward to it. And we did the 6th one that was Owambe themed. And it was pretty interesting.
If you are new on this channel and if you're a returning viewer, thank you for sticking with us. It means everything. Help us like, subscribe and share what we do here. We promise you more stories that matter, told by the people themselves. Now, let's get back to the episode. Our lifestyle generally reflects an individual way of view, attributes and world generally. So I'm here today with someone that's carved a name for herself in lifestyle as a lifestyle manager, talent management, entertainment consultant, and so much more. No other person than Miss Tennie. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm okay.
So basically, I like to start with your name. Like when I saw your full name, like it just resonates with me because of my name too. It's Oluwa Tennie Olami.
Yes. Not a lot of people know anyway.
Yeah, I did my findings. Oluwa Tennie Olami Oyewole. Yeah. That's your full name. So like, cause a lot of people when they meet me, like they be like Oluwa Soromidaya, that's not common. And I know Oluwa Tennie Olami too is not common. So like the early days, what was the beginning? Where do you think the name come from? Like when you speak to your people, what story did they tell you about your name? Because that's a powerful one.
Yeah, my dad gave me that name. Of course, my background is very humble, we're comfortable. Just two people that came together and just working to achieve their goals. And I came in the picture and my dad is like, okay, Oluwa Tennie Olami, because everybody wants money.
So you feel like you're that child that signify that moment and where the wealth start building up?
Yeah, it worked. It worked for my dad. It worked for them.
Yeah, I think daughters are always a lucky charm for fathers. That's what we men mostly believe. So if I knew like the young Tennie Ola, like what am I going to know? What am I supposed to know?
Wow. I've always been a lot growing up. I've always been a lot. The younger Tennie would be very strong-willed. At a point, seeking validation. I mean, I was the only girl. I am the only girl. So I craved validation. I wanted this sisterhood so badly. I wanted my best friend to be everything. I grew up with boys around me, so I was that child that slipped into finding herself. I've always been very intelligent.
Obviously.
Yeah. I've always been that child that comes back with a report card. If it's not first, it's second, and all of that, which always made my parents, especially my mom, happy. But yeah, just very strong-willed. She wants what she wants, and she's not backing down.
Yeah, strong-willed. It's important to have strong will in this business. Mm-hmm. So, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Alimosho, Egbeda.
I know Egbeda very well.
Yes, I grew up in Egbeda.
I grew up in Ijegun Kotu myself.
I schooled around there.
Wow, that's interesting. So, early days was Ijegun Kotu.
Yeah, early days was Alimosho. Like all my childhood was in Alimosho local government, moving from one part to another. Yes, I was in Alimosho area. I moved to Egbeda. Most of my childhood was in Egbeda. Then they moved to Igondo and I left.
You left to find your own path.
Yeah, I actually left the country to go school.
Yeah.
So when I came back, I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this local government.
So yeah, speaking of you going out of the country to school, you went all the way to Asia. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I schooled in China.
Wow. So you're bilingual. Do you speak Chinese?
Yeah, I speak Mandarin.
Wow.
Yeah, HSK 5.
Just get 5. So what did you study there? Like,
Chinese studies.
Chinese studies.
Yeah.
How did that influence what you do right now? Do you think that influenced what you do right now in a way?
To be honest, it opened a lot of doors for me when I came back. To be honest, I had to choose between French and Chinese.
Wow.
Yeah, and I chose Chinese because at that time, even till now, not a lot of Nigerians speak Mandarin. So I wanted a part that was very, not difficult, but I wanted a part that many people were not passing.
Where people don't travel.
Yeah, where people don't travel. So that's why I chose Chinese. And I had the opportunity to go to China to school. And I came back to the country after schooling for like 2 years. Then I finished the University of Lagos and continued.
So inside all of this, like you said, you were once like seeking validation. So I would like us to go back to that. How did you move from seeking validation to managing lifestyle, like managing talents? That's like a lot of leap in the middle of that. So I want to know the story in the middle of that.
Okay, so 2017 would always be a very important part of my journey. And that's because that was the year I found myself. Accepted who Tennie was, and will be, if that makes sense. I was able to accept my insecurities. I was a child with a lot of insecurities. I didn't like a lot of things about myself, about my body, about so many things. So that was the year where I'm like, I'm just going to take me. I know I'm a lot to deal with, but I'm just going to accept everything. And that was just a turning point for me to become so much more.
So when you feel like that was the turning point for you to become so much more, do you think taking that boot step to leave your comfort zone, leave your parents, to go all the way to Asia, like Asia is far from here?
Very far.
Do you think that was where okay, I think I need to grow up and put on my hard off pants now and just face life and go do this thing?
Yeah, so I got to Asia in 2016. So it took me a year.
After you've been there?
Yeah, after I've been there. Because I was very lonely. I was so dependent on people, especially the few Nigerians that I knew. And they showed me shege. So I was a mess. And I knew that I was so much more. Like, I think I got the urge in 2017 where, you know what, I'm going to be self-dependent. I don't care what these people think about me. I'm not going to seek validation from these girls. And I just want to live my life. And it was just a turning point for me.
I like what you said when you said you knew you were so much more, because I've spoken to a lot of people and I've listened to a lot of successful people speak. There's always that knowing, and it comes from somewhere. Like, where does yours come from? That knowing that I'm going to be so much more. Like, where did you think yours come from?
Not to sound spiritual, but I'm in touch with that part of me. And growing up, I knew that. So when people say, oh, why do you do this? Why do you do that? It's not a surprise to me. I didn't just know when, or I didn't know it would be this soon. I've always known that I was meant for greatness. I know a lot of people would say, oh, my mom always tell me, they tell that to every child.
Yeah.
But my mom, even when I was going through the validation period, when my mom would be like, me will be more there now. And she keeps telling me, you are an apple doesn't fall far from it. She was always putting that in me that I don't know you to be this child. I'm not this person, so I don't know where you learned this from. And that it was just in my subconscious. And there was just this nudge that I have to do more. I need to do more. I was born for so much more. And I just started asking God, like, okay, if you say I'm so much more, I need direction. I need clarity. And I remember for 2 years straight, that was my only prayer. Clarity and direction. I know, yes, but I won't get there without God or without knowing the pathway, because I'm the person that would tell you that I would rather wait to get clarity on where I'm going to and just go that route than lean on my own understanding and just go round, then come back here and start again. And when I start again, I realize that time has passed that I cannot bring back, and people have passed me. So I just spent time asking for direction, and the moment I got it, it was go time.
So what was the direction you got that made you know that this is what you're doing now? Lifestyle management, consultant, entertainment.
So I settled that my purpose in life is to help people. And when I mean help, it's very deep. I was made to help, assist. So all the times that I've tried to be the boss, I've tried to be the owner, I've realized that I don't function in my full capacity than when I'm assisting something or assisting someone. So I just made peace with the fact that my purpose was to impact people. The little I know is not for me. What I have is never for me. I realized that my purpose was to help people, was to impact, was to make people better, was to just share. Everything I have or I will have is never for myself. It's for people. So I just yielded to becoming the channel for anything that God wanted me to do. And that's how I got here and got into the various businesses that I'm doing.
Wait, you said something there that's very interesting for me. Like, I think we all want to help people, we all want to flow, we all want to give back. But I feel like it's important sometimes to keep some things for ourselves. Like, what do you keep for yourself in all of this, in all of the success, in all of you knowing like you're trying to grow and become so much more, but you understand your purpose is to help?
Yeah.
So how do you keep something for yourself? That's just what I'm trying
So
to
I'm a very
get.
realistic person, and I don't give what I don't have. It is very important for me because I hold on to the scripture that says, love your neighbor as yourself. Never says more than yourself. So I'm a very selfish person to myself. If I give you money, I have money. If I give you love, I have enough love for myself. And I draw from that. So I ensure that, so I realized over the years, I'm the person that comes into a room sad and the energy is gone. And it's very unfair to other people because I remember my classmates would be like, oh, why are you carrying your face? Why are you doing this? We're having a good time. You entered and scattered everything. And I'm like, you can continue without me. But I realized that
you're not just big.
It's a lot. So I decided to first be happy. Anything I'm giving to anyone, any advice, any encouragement, I am so sufficient, I am enough for myself. That when I'm giving out, it's from a place of I have. I'm not giving you and I'm drained. Do you understand? So I'm very big on balance.
So you're very big on balance. Like, we need to balance the work and the life and happiness.
I have to balance everything because I can't give you what I don't have. It's a rule.
So you now knowing like, oh, my role is to help people, my role is to give back so much of what I have. How are you able to infuse lifestyle and talent management? Because I was reading about both yesterday and I was like, I don't know, it's not my story, it's a story about you. Yeah, so I think the best person I will ask is you. How do you manage both? Or do you enjoy one more than the other? Let me put it that way. Two first.
So lifestyle is simply a way of life.
For you, yeah.
There's nothing, I don't think lifestyle. I'm not thinking of strategies or by default, everything I do is lifestyle because basically I'm just showing you who I am. I'm not trying to paint another image or creating something that is not true because that is stressful to an individual. When you are constantly planning, acting, scripting, it gets tiring. But when I'm showing you what it is, for example, when I travel, I'm not trying to show you something that is unrealistic. I'm just enjoying my trip and letting you into my world. So it makes it easy for me. I'm not trying to show you guys that, oh, I have 16 Christian Dior bags. I only do luxury. I only fly first class. Nah. The day I fly first class, you would see it. The day I'm in economy, you would see it. So there's nothing, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just living. Therefore, talent management, it comes from the impact part. So I always tell people that for talent management for me is very different. It's a passion. I'm not in talent management to make money.
Wow.
It is.
You have to be the first talent manager I'm speaking to
Yes,
that says that.
it is. I don't know if there's another word for such, but I mean, I just still leave it as talent management. But it's very different for me. It's so I'm not the yardstick or the reference when it comes to talent management, because a lot of people come to me and say, oh, I want you to mentor me, I want you to do this, and I always tell people I am not the yardstick for that, because for me it is very dear to me. I find so much fulfillment in doing that job. Is why I said it's not about the money, it's about passion, because I'm interested in growing talents from 0 to 100. So many times talent managers see the talent at 100 and make money off the talents.
So when you say talent management for you is quite different, you don't want it at 100, you can grow it from a 0 to 100.
Yeah.
What do you think talent is like? When you hear talent, what in
So
your
I
own
scout
word?
for talent.
Yeah, I mean, I know you scout for talent. I'm saying like, how do I put it? What stands out for you when you're looking for talent? What are the things you look for? Because yours is quite different, the way you explain it.
So for me, I look out for one, creativity. Secondly, character. I'm very big on character. Third, I want to have a conversation with you. I want to see where you are now, what your dreams are or your goals are, and also your workings. A lot of people have big dreams. A lot of people want to be successful, but they don't have a direction. Everybody just wants to have a billion naira. If I ask you, how do you want to get a billion naira? You're just waiting for a miracle. I don't believe in miracles like that. I believe in miracles where I plant a seed and I pray to God to send the rain to water my seed. I don't believe in me not doing anything, not planting any seed, and I want to wake up tomorrow and see an iroko tree. God is not a magician. He works with process. So I'm very interested in where you are right now, where you're going to, and what your plan is as an individual or as a creative to get to that place. Then I find where to come in and align, and we see what we can build
strategically. So lifestyle management for you is quite different. I feel like it's more of passion than money. Entertainment consultant, do you feel the same way about that too? Or
nah, entertainment consultant, I'm there for money. I'm there for the money. Because for me as an entertainment consultant is because I want to monetize my brain. I think, maybe I might be wrong, I'm a very smart person.
You're not wrong. You're obviously smart.
I'm a very smart person. And in 2019, I just told myself, because I saw someone, or I've seen someone's life, very intelligent, so much prospect, but very poor and broke.
Yeah, I think all over the world. I was listening to, what's his name? I don't know, maybe you know him on Instagram, and he was saying people tend to not associate genius with wealth, and it's a disease we have all over the world. The Olushola. Yeah, the Olushola, I said it. And I think it's true. Like, people think when you are smart, like a first class student, you cannot make so much money. Like the A student will work for the C student, and the B student will work for the government.
Because many times A students get there by book. But to survive in life, you need more than that. It's more than reading for an exam and passing. Don't forget, that's the only thing that gave you that degree. Nothing else. When I go to an exam hall, no one, except for people that are in that course, for example, so I want to exclude them. When I go to the uni, I met a lecturer that told me to pass here is smart work, not hard work. And I held that so much.
You held on to that?
Yes, I held on to that. In life, you have to be smart. The people that work hard the most are not necessarily the rich ones. Check the records. There are a lot of talents, a lot of great minds, a lot of brilliant people, right? That should be the ones that are the most successful.
Setting the pace.
Yeah, setting the pace. But the difference is many times they just have one way to enter the market, because they just know that 1 + 1 is 2, and that's all they are taught, that's all they follow, that's how they got their degree. But when you go into the market field, it takes more than that. My job as a 9-to-5 person, everything I've ever done, no one has ever asked me for my degree. Nobody. I've never interviewed anywhere for anything.
Even at TikTok.
Nobody ever. I brought it to Nigeria. Nobody asked me, oh, what did you study? Oh, what? Nah. They never asked.
Wow.
I think it was after the interview that the guy said, oh, I still have 20 more people to interview, but I've picked you. Give me 3 days to convince the rest of the panel that you've gotten the job. Send your CV. And I sent it to him. At that time, it was even the boy I was dating then that wrote CV for me. I didn't know how to write a CV.
Okay, since we're talking about the TikTok story, since you took us there, I'd like to know, like, how did that happen? Like, I think that's amazing. Like, when I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's cool. All of us really proud of what you did. Like, that's cool.
Thank you.
So, how did that come to life?
So my story again is very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, very interesting, because if you ask any other colleague, I'm the only one that has a different story. It was actually through recommendation.
Someone recommended
Yeah,
you.
someone called me. In fact, I was running away from the interview. I wanted to work in OP. That time, when I saw their bikes, I said, hey, these people will be paying billions.
OP is banking the unbankable now.
I was telling them that that's where I want to work. I call him my uncle because he actually was looking out for me when I was in school, in uni.
Yeah.
So he kept saying, oh, go for this interview. And I'm like, these people don't have office. I don't even know them. I've never worked in this kind of capacity. You are just selling dreams to me. This point, I'm tired of dreams. I just want to make money.
You just want to feel the.
I'm tired.
You want
And
to
he
feel the
kept saying,
cash.
because fun fact, when people call me Teniola or Uwambaka or my other names, I know that they are from way back.
Okay.
When he kept going, Teniola, do this meeting, I would lie, I'm sick, I'm not available. But I finally did this meeting on a Friday. Everything I was saying was so interesting to this man. He kept going on and on. He asked me very few questions, to be honest. And he was like, okay, I'm giving you the job. Give me 3 days to convince the rest of the team. But I have 20 more people to interview after you. And I'm like, okay. And on Wednesday, they sent my offer letter. And that was how the journey. And to be honest, I learned on the job. It's not like, oh, I was this person. I just knew what I was doing. I knew where I was going. And it aligned with their vision. And they were like, okay, let's bring you on the team. And we started.
How long have you been on the job?
5 years.
5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations once again. That's a long time for you to have oiled onto that. Is there one thing, what has the journey given to you? If you think like, okay, looking back, we see it from the outside, and all of us, when we see it, we are like, wow.
Very important question.
But you, what do you think it has given to you?
It has built me. It has built stamina. It has taught me so many things, because I joined when I was pretty young.
How old were you then?
I don't say.
All right.
But I
can find out though. I trust myself.
It has really built me.
Okay.
I used to be I'm still a straightforward person, but I've found better ways to pass my message across.
You need to be diplomatic.
Yes. I've also learned how to deal with people from different parts of the world. I work with everybody from all parts of the world. I've also learned to deal with people from other cultures, other languages. I've learned how to work online without meeting people physically. And just a lot of things that I've learned. And I've learned to be very self-sufficient. And that's my biggest flex.
Right now.
Yes, I'm a one-man squad.
I think that's a flex for you, from being insecure to being self-sufficient.
Yeah.
That's a story. That's a story
now
in
you
itself.
get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, that's a story.
So when
in
I have
itself.
a conversation with people and I'm telling them that if you know where I'm coming from, you understand all that you're saying now. I came from 0.
To 100.
No templates, no uncle, no trust fund,
no handouts.
Nothing. I didn't even find a blueprint. I became my blueprint. I became the blueprint that others now are following, because I was, like I said, I'm one of the most intentional people that you will meet in this earth, because everything I want, like I say, I always find my work in, find my parts to arrive there while praying for a miracle.
So since we're talking about the blueprints, if there's one thing, looking at the blueprint you've created for yourself, like you can give to someone. You know, I mean, you have a lot of people that look up to you right now. If there's one thing that stood out for you in that blueprint, like knowing like, okay, this is the thing that got us this far. I mean, I think we all look at our own story and we always know what stands out. Because every time I look at my own story, I know what stands out for me. So in that blueprint, what has stood out for you? Like, this is it.
So I say it in a sentence. Believe in yourself so much that even if you are the only one supporting yourself, it's enough.
Wow.
That's what I tell. Believe so much in yourself, in what you have to offer, in the value that you have, in your crafts, in your career, so much that even if you are the only one supporting you, you are enough.
I'm enough.
Yes, you are enough. And that was what I was running with. I got a lot of no's. I depended so much on people that failed me. Countless times rather. Family, same. Everybody, literally. But I decided to build value. I realized that, you know what, no one was going to help me. I'm still the one that helped myself. And I'm the first child and only girl, by the way.
How many brothers?
2.
Okay.
I'm the mother, sister, daddy, everything to these 2 boys. So I realized
Shout out to your brothers.
Yeah, shout out to Fikaya and Shion. I realized that very early and I decided to work on myself. I tell people that everything that I am now, you know, some people say ability, all of that. There's nothing I did not learn. I learned how to speak. I learned how to walk. I learned how to do public speaking. I learned everything that I've become.
How many languages do you speak? I think I'm interested in it.
No, not really. I just speak one international language. I speak Yoruba, English, and any other. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. So you feel like we can learn anything we want to?
If I could study Chinese, Mandarin. At the time I was learning to study Mandarin, I could not speak Yoruba.
Wow.
I learned Yoruba in China.
How to speak Yoruba?
Yes, in China.
That means Yoruba will be bad.
No, it's not bad. Now. Tennie now.
Wow, Yoruba is solid, man.
Not really solid, but what I'm saying
but not
is
bad, like
that stretched me. Coming from a background where my parents, my mom is from the east, my dad is from the west, so you can imagine. I've always been the language person. They will tell me, "Oh, you can't speak Yoruba." This will say you can't speak Igbo. Everybody say it's only English I can speak. I say wahala. Then I went to study Chinese that is even not helping in any way. So it was really crazy, but me learning and passing, because Chinese is the most difficult language in the world.
Officially.
Because the speaking is different from writing. You have to write characters, you have to cram a lot of things. I remember when I was in China and I want to ask and find out, and my lecturer would say, it's a Chinese phenomenon.
What does that mean?
Meaning, there's no explanation, just take it for what it is. If I tell you A is A, take it. No need to find out why A is A. So that really boosted my confidence. If I can do this, if I could pass,
anybody can.
If I could come out with 2-1, learning a foreign language in a strange land, surviving in China is another conversation for another day. Surviving as a black girl, not only a black girl, a Nigerian girl in China was a lot.
You didn't have a pretty Nigerian girl.
What did you say?
You didn't have a pretty Nigerian girl.
No, that time it was hell. So if I could do all of that, there's nothing I can do if I set my heart to it.
I think the thing that stood out to me about your story is the self-confidence, the self-awareness, the power in knowing. There's a lot of power in just knowing. And I pray you keep that power, just the power to know yourself more and
because
more.
It will liberate you. I told you, I came from the timid girl to becoming who I am now, because you have to take your power back and realize that there's nothing when I mean nothing, there's nothing you can do if you believe. And when I say believe, it's not vague. I know there's a lot of aspire to expire. I'm not of those school of thoughts where they say if you think this, you can. I'm a preacher of process, journey, work. Work pays. I did not get here by miracle or cutting corners. I worked. I was telling my talents that they didn't give me a seat at the table. I created my table. I built my table. I built chairs to show people how you treat people and brought people to my table to sit. That's the power that I have over others. Because you guys joined others, I went away and built everything that you're now seeing.
Be proud of everything you've built, and congratulations on that. Since we're talking about the things you've built, you have a party that's 6 years last year. I've never gotten an invite to dates. I'm not an age. We're cool. So tell me about it. What was the first one for you? I saw you write a longer piece too. Like the first one was 75 people, if I'm not mistaken. When it was 6 years, what was the experience? 6 years of doing that. Well, how did you feel? Let me just ask you. The last one. How did you feel?
I felt very proud. That's the word.
You should.
I felt very proud of how my very small idea scaled to become what it is now. And I know a lot of people don't still get it. I get a lot of feedbacks. Oh, are you just throwing a party, yaddy yaddy? And that was why I wrote that episode. It just came from me coming back from China, and I've not seen my friends, like my friends that I left in Nigeria before I went. I've not seen them throughout that year. And we just wanted to hang out, wanted to see each other and all. I'm like, okay, 10 of us, let's go. The extra girl that I am, I started to put it on my WhatsApp story. I did scribble something on Canva, put it, and everyone was like, oh, we've not seen you in years. We want to come, yaddy, yaddy, yaddy. I'm like, okay, you can come. And everyone started posting it on their WhatsApp status. Oh, Tennie is back. Oh, let's go and hang out. Yaddy, 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 yaddy. And they were like, oh, what's the gate fee? I'm like, gate fee? I just want to go to Takwa Day. Because we didn't have beach in my province when I was in China. So I had not seen like large body of water in a long time. So we're like, oh, what's the gate fee? I'm like, okay, I can do that. I love organizing. It's my strength. So I called them. I started putting the money together. They all sent 3,000 naira. And the first 10 cents, 20, 30, 40 people. I'm like, wait. Where are you guys from? And everyone keeps saying, my friends, friend. And when it was 75, I'm like, guys,
that's enough.
I've never seen this kind of people, like this amount of people before. And they were like, nope, 75. I'm like, I'm not receiving any more payments. And 75 people showed up at Takwa Bay, at the jetty. And I was like, yo, what's happening?
We hope.
And that's how we started. The next year, we went again. The third year. The fifth year, that was 2 years ago right now, 2022. So I rebranded. It used to be Takwa with Tennie because we used to all go to Takwa Bay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to scale it. That was when I moved to the island fully. So I wanted to scale it, and I'm like, you know what? Let's blow this up and put it on social media. Let other people that don't even know Tennie have an opportunity to network, to meet with people. Because, I mean, a lot of people were getting married. We're finding partners
at your events.
At my events. And they will come here, where should I be? I'll go. I was like, this same party.
You've done so many things. I love me. You're a matchmaker too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how we started. And 2022, I just rebranded. This time, I brought production guys in, explained the vision to them. So it was a full-scale
production?
Yeah, it was.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. I brought the guys in, explained to them what the vision was. It was just an end-of-the-year party of everyone I've worked with, everyone that knows me, either acquaintance, on social media, because I had a presence then. And I'm like, anyone that just wants to party, network, meet people. I wanted to also bridge the gap of not only social media people. Because I had a lot of friends in the banking space, I had a lot of friends in the medical space, in different spaces that were not really the forefront of social media. So I wanted to just be that bridge where everyone can come together, interact, have fun. And people started looking forward to it. And we did the 6th one that was Owambe themed. And it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I saw it. It was lovely. I wish I was there though. So, you're talking about you wanting to be the bridge between social media and real life. I mean, one thing that stood out to me again when I was like story for stalking you for the past few days because I wanted to talk to you. Yeah. So one thing that stood out for me is I've been opportune to speak to a lot of people that do kind of what you do. Most of them don't have a presence on social media, but you do. How did you do that? Let me just put it as simple as that. How did you do that?
That's because I started out in front of the camera. I wanted to be a social media influencer and all of that. So I was always in front of... Yeah.
We didn't talk about that. You didn't tell me about that. You just told me. You didn't tell me how you started out.
That was what I started with. I had a lot of friends in the social media space. I wanted to do PR.
What year was this? Before you left?
2013. Yeah, before I traveled. Okay. That's why I said I left the space because it was very competitive. It was
still competitive.
Yeah, it was very toxic.
Always been toxic.
Yeah, it was not for me. So to me, I just saw it as because it was very new then, to be honest. We didn't have a template. I wasn't sure about it. I just had a lot of friends that were going into that space. And to me, I didn't see it as profitable. I just saw it like kids that just collect 1,000 naira to post, attend concerts, and just collect freebies, right? I didn't really understand the space.
Was it career now?
It was very toxic. People fighting for brief, kissing each other's ass. And I don't follow the crowd. I realized that for me to be in that space, I had to be kissing people's ass. I need to suppress myself. I need to shrink to accommodate someone because I need them to pay me 40,000 naira to post something. It wasn't working for me. I'm like, nah, I'm made for so much more. So I'm like, you know what? You guys don't want to... I remember a particular campaign that everybody was doing. I was seeing on everybody's page. It felt like, what's happening with me? Then I asked them that, how much are they paying? At this time, I didn't have money. How much are they paying? And they said 40,000 for, is it 3 months? And they were posting the product on every post. 40K? Peace out. That was when I gave up.
You've always liked the beauty that comes with existence, like the expensive stuff.
Not expensive.
It's the beauty in existence. The beauty in existence is pricey.
I won't say expensive stuff. I just felt like this is a rip-off.
Okay.
You don't expect me to decorate my page with your product, and you pay celebrities millions of naira, but because these people are upcoming, you take advantage of them and you pay them for, it wasn't worth it for me. I told the guy, I am not doing. I think I told the guy 70K. The guy looked at me. This is all I don't even have followers. 70,000. You. The guy left me and I was like, you know what? Let me just focus on this book that I'm reading, because I saw it as another part that people were not doing. Everybody was going into social media. I was the only one reading a foreign language that they did not understand. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just focus on this part and I'll come back and see. And I saw that, okay, it was a thing. Shout out to my friends, that my friends were really successful in it. And we're like, okay, this is a thing. But I'm not going to be in this rat race with you people. I'm not going to do this. And they were like, no, Tennie. And I'm okay, put me on. You know what to put me on? Show me the way. You know what to show me the way. You want me to be following you from one event to another and be begging you for tag, begging you for brief, begging you for influencer money? I'm like, I no do. I just went and I got a proper job and just started doing 9 to 5.
Yeah, I'm listening to how the journey unfolds. It's beautiful. Thank you for following your instincts, even though maybe we don't have Miss Tennie now. And we like everything you've done for us. So speaking about, I like the way you speak about money. Like, at the same time, I think money is not one of those things that really motivates you.
Numbers. Money is numbers.
Money is numbers, yeah. But since you're a talent manager, like, how do you make money for your talents if you feel that way about money? Because I'm sure, like, I'm not like trying to disrespect anybody, but I'm sure most talents, when we start out, we are always very hungry. The money is always very important.
I make money from them for them because I do other things aside talent management, and I have a 9 to 5 job that is paying me.
Yeah, I know. We know you well paid. But I'm just saying, like, when it comes to your talents, they don't have the same flex you have most of the time when they start out. Yeah. So you need to like try and...
Yeah, so I make sure I make money from them. You see their lives, it changes. They have money.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. So I think I like the way you've told your story. It's inspiring. I've learned a lot in the short time of speaking to you. So there's this game I like to play with people. It's a very simple.
Is it truth or dare?
Nah, I don't play truth or dare.
Please, oh.
It's a very simple game. Like, it's questions that have been asked by some of the most successful individuals in the world.
Okay.
So I have like a different pack. So you just pick 3. You pick one, then I read the question to you. I think there are questions that will impact your journey, help you form more meaningful connections with people.
Okay.
And get you to know yourself better too.
I love that. Self-development.
Yeah.
Is that 3? Okay.
Yeah, you pick the 3 as well, no worries.
Yeah.
I'm the one going to read it to you. Okay, I like that. This one is quite deep.
Hey.
I hope you're ready for it. Yeah, it's quite deep. I hope you are ready for it.
Let's see.
What do you want your tombstone to read about you?
Tennie lived.
Wow, you actually did.
Because I'm living. The
Yes.
stage I'm in right now, I don't want to die with anything. All my gifts, all my talent, everything that I was made for, I want to do everything and enjoy my life by doing it. I like enjoyment.
Okay, thank you for sharing your gift with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
What advice do you get from someone earlier in your career that you followed, but now in hindsight, you wish you haven't, and why?
What advice? Shrink. She didn't use the word shrink, but she said, "Oh, if you continue like this, she made it feel as if I was wanting too much from life."
That's horrible.
Yeah, she made me feel like everything I say is reaching for too much. You're too loud, you're too tall, you're too thin, you laugh out too much, you talk too much. Everything was too much. So I started to feel bad. Then I started to shrink. And I got into a relationship too that made me shrink. And I kept shrinking. So I wanted to disappear. I said, no, I'm tired. And to be honest, if I started this journey that I started since 2017 earlier, I think I would have been better. But I mean, Mercy still spoke for me.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That's powerful. But the third card you gave me is a plain one, so you need to pick something else.
Okay, no problem.
I didn't want to pick for you.
That's fine.
Yeah, I like this. I think this is the way we are going to end. I don't have to ask my last question because of this.
Okay.
So, it said, if you could give one piece of advice to yourself at the start of your life, at the very start of your life, what could it have been?
Don't be afraid. You have God. Keep investing in yourself. Everything that you dream about, everything that you want is possible. And let my life be a reminder that it is possible.
Wow, your life is a reminder that it's possible. Every time I go to your Instagram, you show that it can be done.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that for us. Thank you for doing this with me. It means absolutely everything to me. And thank you for sharing your story as honestly as you can. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. We out. If you are new on this channel and if you're a returning viewer, thank you for sticking with us. It means everything. Help us like, subscribe, and share what we do here. We promise you more stories that matter, told by the people themselves.